going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I have got a bunch of good ones for you. They're all short. I think the longest clip I have is 8 minutes. I think I've got 6 or 7 clips on this video. So we're going to be jumping everywhere. It's a complete random Thursday. It's Thursday. Yes. It is random. So buckle up. Let's go. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
All right. I'll get with your trials in a minute. Give me 1 minute.
Good to see you, buddy.
City of San Antonio, do we have an answer?
Yes.
Come on up, Miss. Hold on 1 minute. Come on up, Miss Warner. And then give me 1 minute, okay? And then I'll let you show me whatever is on your phone, okay? Is that what you're wanting to show me? Your phone?
That's what he's referring to.
Okay, so go ahead, City.
According to these records, it shows that she received a check on 5/31/24. It was cashed on 7/02/24. And that was the date she, utilized the check, according to the records.
Okay, did she sign a 60-day no eviction agreement?
Yes.
Okay, and when does that become effective?
Well, that becomes effective when she redeemed the check initially, So once she said that she would take the check as of the 31st, that's when that started. Can you hear me?
All right, a little quick background. This is Judge Garcia. She is in San Antonio, Texas. This is a landlord-tenant dispute. The landlord accepted money from the city to, it was one of those charitable organizations that give money to the tenants to help them pay their back rent. But there's an agreement you make as a landlord is if you accept this money, you can't evict them for 60 days. And she accepted the money and then turned around and went right back to court to evict her. That's what's going on.
Yes, I got you. So it started on May 31st.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So she unlawfully filed an eviction.
I was not even in the state in June. When I got home, I actually had somebody mail it to me. I wasn't here. I was in Atlanta until a couple weeks ago.
When did she sign that paper? City of San Antonio?
First.
So, okay, she answered it. Okay. So Ms. Deborah, whether you were in the country or not, you signed a paper on May 1st, okay, stating that you would not evict her for 60 days. Okay, you signed it. Nobody forced you to sign it, whether you were here, whether anybody listened to you, whether you read it, whatever the circumstances are, you signed it.
I've been communicating with the city because it was such a long, drawn-out process. And like I say, it's hurting me financially. I'm being harmed. So I've been communicating with the city, asking them when they're going to do things. And that's what all those emails are. And they're telling me this and that. And that's why I asked them, can I go ahead and file for the eviction? Because her thing had not been approved. It wasn't approved until, I think, late May. I have that email as well.
Yes,
So,
and you signed that paper on May 31st. Is that correct?
yes, May
Okay.
1st.
So you're bound by that contract not to file an eviction for 60 days. That includes all of May, all of June. And so it would be the beginning of July that you would be able to file. You filed on June 14th, which is premature.
Yes.
So your eviction is not valid based on your own contract that you signed. By that paperwork, Ms. Warner.
Like I said, communicating with the city. And I told them that I was going to have, this is harming me.
I understand, but nobody told you to sign that.
I know, nobody told me to cash a check. Just like you said, don't prove her case, but then the city comes in and the process is so drawn out. They don't tell the landlord anything. They don't tell you anything. And like I said, if you remember the case, the person that's here, that Muhammad person, is not even on my list. She's not even a part of it, party to anything.
Let me see that paper let me see that contract that's on your phone. And who am I speaking with?
Oh, got a little twist. Got a little twist. There are multiple people in the unit. You're gonna see. Anyways, Skids Rock, really good to see you. Also, Sir Philip Heels, good to see you too, buddy. It's like the old gang's getting back together. This is awesome. And Sir Philip, thank you so much for your 7 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, bud. Thank you. And I hope you're doing well. How's Australia doing? Oh, Philip, I've got an Australian clip tonight. Oh, it's about halfway through the video. You're gonna, well, I don't know if you're gonna like it, but the guy's in Australia.
That's representing Miss Victoria.
Yvonne Ahmed.
And Yvonne, are you under contract?
No,
Yes, I am.
You have a contract with Miss Warner?
No, I'm on the contract.
Guy in the bottom right works for the city. He's the one who he works for the organization that gave the check to the landlord. So that's why he was talking at the beginning. And he said that she took the check. So as of that date, whatever date she said, she can't file another eviction for 60 days.
With the city for the check that she cashed.
Yeah, but you don't have a lease with Miss Warner.
No, I do not have a lease with Miss Warner. I live with my daughter.
Okay.
I'm not on the lease. No, I don't.
and if you look at Bear County records, they can't even be around each other. Victoria's been homeless.
Okay. Well, that's a whole nother issue, Miss Warner.
You remember the case? Girl was very upset.
Okay, it says landlord agrees that she will not file an eviction lawsuit against the tenant for at least a period of 60 days from the date you receive the payment. You received the payment on May 31st is when you got that check. So from May 31st to June 31st to July 31st, you are bound not to file an eviction.
Yeah, this is Texas. Also, I saw something about a KCC raid earlier. Was there a KCC raid? If so, I'm sorry, KCC, that I waited to say thank you, but thank you so much, KCC. Last I looked, she was still live, so maybe there was a raid. But yeah, I can't see it from this side, so I just have to hope that people say it's a KCC raid. What's up, Lone Wolf?
The landlord agrees that she will abate or dismiss any eviction proceedings that have already been filed. So you didn't read this when you signed it. I can tell you that right now, because you are already bound to dismiss this. I should have never heard this case.
Like I said, Victoria, she has a restraining order against my tenant.
Miss
She can't
Warner,
say anything.
I hear what you're saying, but that is beyond my scope. I don't care if they're fighting and killing each other right now. I can't do anything because I'm not a criminal judge. Okay, if you want to go file criminal charges, you go right ahead, but it ain't gonna be in this court. Okay, I'm only here for this eviction case. I don't care what else is going around. I have no authority to hear it. I will get in trouble. If I grant this eviction and she shows anybody this contract that you have signed, guess who's gonna get in trouble? Me, because I cannot grant an eviction. You signed it. There's nothing.
Heather! No, there wasn't a Biggin raid. I was in Biggin. He sent everyone to Mando's channel. So unless, I did leave about a minute early, so unless he changed his mind after he said that. But yes, Biggin did just end, and welcome everyone from Biggin. I just don't think it was a raid. Heather!
I can do.
Notice on the motion to stay.
Yeah, I'd like Mando. I like Mando on his channel, but sometimes he has he does some tougher subjects for videos. So I'll jump in and hang out for a minute and test the waters to see what he's playing. But I generally can't stay long because he does the tough cases.
It was late, I think less than 24-hour notice.
All right. Anybody else have anything else to say before I make my report?
Because, like I said, this is hurting me financially. I've been in touch with the city. I have these emails that are stating how she forgot paperwork. I had to wait 30 days doing all this, and I've been communicating with the city. And for them to be allowed to stay in my unit any longer hurts me. And this lady's not even on my lease. Victoria's not gonna show up. And so I just don't feel like she should be granted an emergency stay. Or if so, let's put the limit on it. Do I have to come up with some more money to try to get her out? It's like, just not right, it's not fair.
Nobody told you to sign it, ma'am. You put yourself in that position. I didn't. I granted you that eviction.
This big squatter. She's basically a squatter. I don't even know who she is.
Unlock it real quick.
I'll play it again after this clip.
Okay. So, Miss Yvonne,
Yes, ma'am.
this contract says the landlord's agreement applies only to the above referenced tenant's household. Okay? You are not a tenant and you have no bounding contract with this landlord. Is that correct?
I have a verbal contract, verbal agreement with the landlord that existed prior to the filing of this eviction.
Well, guess what? I got the landlord stating otherwise. So this is what I'm going to make my ruling on. And I don't want to hear anybody's opinion. And this is my ruling. Ruling stands that Victoria Treadwell's eviction will be overturned. However, it applies only to Victoria.
Okay.
Then I go forward with it.
Okay, so this eviction is getting overturned because you filed under Victoria. Now, if you want to go refile anywhere you'd like to get anybody else out, you're more than welcome to, but you will have to start that process over. The writ of possession is not going to go forward on Victoria. She is bound by contract to stay in that apartment by your own signature, but it goes for Victoria.
What about
Only.
this person? Can I,
Anybody else can go ask for legal advice. There's legal aid out there in the hallway. I am not your attorney and I'm not Victoria's attorney. I cannot give you any advice on what your next step is. But my ruling is this eviction is overturned, but that contract is only bound by Victoria. So Miss Yvonne, you are not bound by any contract at all.
Okay, well, I will let the city know that because they have refused other money to me based on the fact that the money for me was paid to that household.
You take that up with
For me.
whoever you like. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I will do that. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. So, Ms. Warner, that writ of possession is not going to go forward tomorrow. You have to refile again on whoever you'd like. This eviction against Victoria is invalid. Okay, thank you.
All right. For anyone that doesn't know what just happened, the landlord accepted state funding to help out the back rent and keep someone in their apartment, house. I don't know what it is. But there are multiple different people that live there. So the judge just said she can evict anyone else except for the person that was on that she accepted money on the behalf of. So the person on the phone lives there, but isn't on the lease. So she's gonna be evicted. All right, you guys want to pull up the Judge Fleischer thing from yesterday? Where is it at? Here we go.
guys seen that certain YouTubers have a way of doing things in a way they always sound the same? For example, if you watch Colin, hey, how you doing? It's Colin. What's the other one? You know what I'm talking about? Who's the other one? God, there's another one. Oh, you ever watch Law Talk with Mike? Hey, it's Mike coming from you from Chicago, like always.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm keeping that. I'm gonna keep that around. All right, we're going to the next case. Like I said at the beginning, I've got about 6 or 7 clips on this. I know it's in the video. Do not remember the order though, so we're gonna be having fun together.
Now calling case number.
Okay, I got to give you a heads up on this one. This is the defendant. I've covered her at least twice. She's the one who was in Judge Washington's court, and she just kept asking for a point reduction. Well, is there any way I can have a ticket with no points? And Miss McDuffie's like, no, that's not the offer. And then 30 seconds later, but is there a way that I can get no points on this? No, that's not the offer. And then after everything was done, she said it again. Okay. Then she didn't pay. She got called back to court. Judge Washington was mad, made her come in person. She didn't show up in person. She gave Judge Washington attitude, and Judge Washington made her come in person. She didn't show up in person, got bench warrants out for her arrest. So now she's in front of magistrate for the bench warrants. All right, here we go.
There's 21S3966259. 21W002620 and 22W001931. These are all the matters of Amal Kasham. Can I have appearances for the record, please?
Assistant Public Defender Sonia Chanot on behalf of Ms. Kasham. Ma'am, can you unmute and state your full name for the record? You're still muted.
Amal Kasham.
Okay, thank you very much. So today is the date and time set for an arraignment in all of these matters. What I am seeing is that you had an in-person hearing set on June 11th before Judge Washington. You failed to appear, so a bench warrant issued. Correction. You failed to appear for an in-person court date on June 11th. Another court date was set for you to appear in person. That was on August 6th. You failed to appear for that. Then the bench warrant issued for your arrest in each of these cases. So you currently have 3 bench warrants.
Yeah, I haven't been able to travel. Like, because I don't have a car and I didn't have money on my card to use Uber, so I asked for a Zoom. And then I was going to just pay the full balance off, but my money hasn't deposited to my bank account yet. So I was wondering if I can reset up a new payment arrangement. So hopefully this month I can receive my deposit so I can be able to physically pay.
All right. For those of you that don't remember her last appearance, she tried to tell Judge Washington she can't be there in person. She doesn't have a car. She can't do it. And Judge Washington said, you better find a way. So she's trying to sound innocent here when she made the same argument to Judge Washington. Judge Washington said, no way. But I think the magistrate understands that.
Okay. Attorney Chenault, do you have anything that you want to add?
Your Honor, at this time, we would ask the court to recall all bench warrants for all 3 matters. It appears that Ms. Kasham is appearing here to handle these matters, and she's making a good faith effort towards everything. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
think I would. Yeah, make a look. Make a look at that, like.
Okay, so at this time, the court will set a date for a bond violation and pretrial hearing. That will be August 27th, 2024 at 11 a.m. over Zoom. Not over Zoom, correction. That will be 11 a.m. in person before Judge Washington, who at this time has ordered that there is to be no reduction of the bond and therefore the warrants are remaining in place.
Wait, but I thought if I appear in court, they remove the warrant.
It is at the court's discretion whether or not to remove the warrant, and the judge has specifically said there's to be no reduction. So if you pay, what's it, $900, you can get the bench warrants removed. Otherwise, the bench warrants remain in place.
Okay, so is there a way we can compromise? If I pay the 900 prior to 27th, will they just remove the bench warrant so I can still be able to work?
So if you pay the $900, then
Yeah, but I need
yes,
I need to be able to be employed with no warrants. My employer is not going to allow me to be in a work faculty with a warrant out.
okay.
So in order for
So-
me to go to work and make some money to pay the
Do you
$900,
actually want me to answer the question for you? Because then I will need to interrupt you. Thank you. So yes, if you post bond, then the bench warrants will be recalled, but they will not be recalled until you post bond. And even if you post bond, you will still have a court date on August 27th at 11 a.m. in person at the 14B District Court.
so if I just pay the $900 off, will it just cancel everything?
If you post bond in the amount of $900, the bench warrants will be recalled. You will still have a court date on August 27th at 11 a.m. in person.
Okay, but wouldn't the $900 go towards the tickets that I owe?
That would be addressed at the hearing on August 27th at 11 a.m.
Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, so the amount I owe right now is $900. She told me if I pay it before my next court date, I would be fine.
Ms. Kasham, you have your next court date. The court has instructed you what to do.
Okay,
You
can
are
I speak
free
the public defender, please?
Ms. Kasham, I will tell you, I will be in contact with you sometime this week before the next court hearing to explain everything to you. But like the magistrate stated, you have to pay that $900 in order for that bench warrant to be lifted, okay? And you still have to appear on the 27th.
Okay. Is there can I update my phone number with you?
All right, that was it. That's actually where the YouTube stream stopped. So I would have cut out her phone number, but I wanted to see what else she was gonna say. But yeah, but I wonder if she can get her points removed. She needs her points removed. She's frustrating to watch. She's just one of those people that just don't understand anything that's going on, and even if it's explained to her, she thinks that it's gonna work out. Like, anyway, I'm not gonna go into it. All right. I think this next one's the Judge Webster clip. Philip, I hope you're still here. I think it's either the next one or the one after, but I think it's the next one. Yes. Okay. For those of you that were not here last night, there was a comment by Judge Webster in the contempt case where she said, I had someone zoom in from Australia last week. This is that guy. And I paused it and said, I have it. I'm going to find it. This is that guy. He's in the bottom left right now. He has a hat on currently.
September 13th at 10 a.m. Mr. Bailey, you need to be back here on each of those cases at that time. Be available to your attorney if he needs to talk to you. And don't get into any more issues between now and then. Make sure you're complying with your probation and your felony, of course.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in recess on the Bailey matters.
Thank you, Your Honor. You guys have a good day.
Thank
All
you.
right, see you. Let's take Kara Sohn next.
Say that again, who? Oh, carousel.
Payne, Kara Sohn. Payne, quit moving around. Just stop your camera.
Yeah.
Give me a headache.
Get you, okay, wait a minute. Okay, how do you start, sir? Stop right now. Stop. Do you hear me? Stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. Where are you located?
I'm currently outside right now of my hotel because I didn't have
Okay,
connection
we're having a
up to work.
problem, sir, because A, you keep moving around. This is unacceptable.
Okay,
B,
my bad.
B, your camera is swirling in circles. C, you were wearing a ball cap. Thank goodness you've taken that off. D,
Yes,
your face goes in and off the camera. It needs to be on the camera. And I hardly understand what you're saying. You
sorry,
are
ma'am,
in, sir, you're in a court of law.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why I asked you where you were.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm not from America, which might be a reason for
I'm
understanding.
not understanding you. We're gonna have to do something better.
I'm sorry. I'm not from America. It might be my accent, but I'm staying in a hotel right now, and I came downstairs because I didn't have connection to join
No,
to
let's
the room.
stop. No, it's not your accent. You're not from America. Where are you from?
I'm from Australia, ma'am.
You're from Australia?
Yes, ma'am. I went downstairs so you could hear me better. I didn't have connection to join.
Philip Heels, is this one of your friends that always stops by? I hope he's still here, because that's going to be funny if he heard it. Whenever Philip's in Discord, every single night, oh, I'll be right back, a friend just stopped by. So it's a running joke that he just constantly has friends stopping by. So I just imagine that everyone on Australia is his friend. Mayor! Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. And welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you so much, Mayor. That is awesome.
Stairs, so I came downstairs, and it's a little bit loud down here. But I couldn't join otherwise, ma'am. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm trying to find a quiet spot, and that's why I've been walking around, ma'am. And I think this is the best quiet spot downstairs that I could get. I'm sorry, ma'am.
So you're in Australia now?
Yes, ma'am. And I play college basketball in Memphis, and I'm heading back next week.
Okay, I remember you. Okay.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
didn't
I'm
have,
sorry.
I don't remember having these problems with you last time. So maybe it is just your location. And I'm starting to
ma'am.
hear you better now. So, okay, now we've got your attention. You're not, why
Yes,
does your
ma'am.
camera keep moving?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll leave it right here, ma'am. I
keep-
just couldn't hear you properly. I'll keep putting it to my eardrums. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'll leave it right here, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I actually looked his name up. He plays community college basketball. So I feel like he's a sophomore. So he is at the year, like after this year, he will be, he'll be eligible to transfer to a bigger school. So we'll see if he transfers. I don't know, but his numbers were decent. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. But yeah, he has decent numbers. So I can see him transferring, but he does go to school in Memphis, but it's not University of Memphis or Memphis University. I don't know which one it is.
Okay, I'm going to let you stop talking and I'm going to have your attorney talk for you, Mr. Paul.
Yes, Judge. I've
Did I
spoken
announce
this-
the case?
Thank you.
I
Did
don't
you announce the
think
case?
did.
I have no idea at this point in time. I don't think so.
All right, we're on the record in 2024 TR 256, State of Kansas versus Tane Robert Taletti Kirasom. And I'm so sorry, I'm sure I butchered your name.
No, man, that's perfect. You got it. I'm sorry. You got it.
Okay, Paul E. Dean for the state, Richard Paul for the defendant, who also appears in person from Australia. Go ahead, Mr. Paul.
Yes, Your Honor. After speaking with Mr. Dean, he is eligible for
I have. I'll address. First off, thank you, but I'll address that after this video. Yeah, but I've heard.
a diversion. I need to send him a diversion app and get that process started. So I guess we need about a 2-month. I would ask for the October setting, and then if he is diverted, we can take that off docket.
All right. Mr. Dean, you're okay with that?
I'm okay with that. I think we should be where Mr. Kirasom is because I saw palm trees and it is dark outside. So I'm pretty sure he is in Australia. You know.
It did look
Yeah.
inviting, didn't it?
It
I'm
did.
so sorry for my setting right now. I really do apologize. I didn't have any connection upstairs, so I came downstairs and it's a little bit loud. I'm really sorry.
Okay, well, I'm finding that you weren't intentionally being disrespectful, but next time,
Ma'am,
make sure before we get started that we don't have these issues, because you are.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I formally apologize. I'm sorry.
All right, which next time you'll be calling in maybe from Tennessee if you have to.
Ma'am, next time I'll be there in person. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, what's the date? What's the time on the 25th, please?
Let's make it, Missy, do you want to make it 11?
That's fine. Is it for diversion control? That's fine.
Yeah, I
That's
think
great.
we'll probably be diverted, but
All
okay,
right, great, thank you.
Yes.
you may go.
Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No,
All right, we'll
I'm
send you
sorry.
the diversion app.
I'm sorry.
you're good.
You're good.
Am I okay to leave this meeting, ma'am? I'm sorry.
Yes, please, yes.
Yeah, but first you have to tell me how the weather is in Australia right now.
It's a
Oh.
little bit chilly, but I'm sure it's gonna get warmer soon. I heard it's really warm in Kansas where I was.
Oh yeah, you're gonna die of heat when you come back to Kansas. All right,
I don't look forward to it. I don't look forward to it. But thank you very much, ma'am, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.
you can go. You're excused.
All right. So before I get into the super chats and talk about the Judge King issue that's going on right now, see, that's how you get yourself out of trouble with a judge. You know, Judge Webster was very frustrated at the beginning, but he was just polite throughout the rest of the case. And she's like, you know what? I understand you didn't do it intentional. And then they had fun. So that was good. Yeah. He went from being, this is going to be in trouble to being a good kid. All right, Lauren, thank you for the $5 super chat. And yes, I have heard, for everyone who doesn't know, Judge King had a field trip come through it was a high school field trip come through his courthouse. See, it's Thursday. I think it was Tuesday. I think that might have been Tuesday. And what had happened was one of the students fell asleep in his courtroom during a hearing. So they actually had a real hearing. They watched a real hearing, and one of the students fell asleep. Judge King kind of, in his playful way, tried to kind of scold her a little bit. Like, that's contemptuous behavior. You don't sleep, you don't eat, you don't do that in the courtroom. I could hold you in a contempt. And she started mouthing off to him, talking back. She's like, I don't care, whatever. It's hard to hear because it's Judge King's courtroom, right? But you can clearly hear her say, I don't care. So what Judge King did, just, to show the class what happens in court, he held her in contempt. Wasn't real contempt, but he put handcuffs on her and made her put the jail uniform on. So that's what happened. So he got he's in hot water for that now. Even though the student gave a lot of attitude and didn't care, even when she was in the handcuffs, she was still talking back to him. She got home from the field trip, told her parents. Her parents are now, went to the news. If you Google it, it'll come up. You'll see the story. And potentially, he may have been removed from the bench this afternoon. I saw an article. I think Lucy, are you the one who sent it to me? Sent me a real quick news clip about a half hour before I went live, and it said, and the news said that he temporarily stepped down off the bench. I don't know if that's true or not, but it was local news. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's what's going on. I sent him a text this morning and just told him to keep his head up. As all the news was going on yesterday. So I just sent him a message, said, keep your head up. I applaud you for what you did. I can't believe it blew up like this. And yeah, he responded. He just said, thank you. My friends that know me, and that's all he said. So yeah, hopefully this news cycle passes quickly, because I don't want it to look bad for him. Anyways, that's what happened with Judge King. All right. That might have been the longest super chat comment I've ever made. But Lauren, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And Mayor, you may go see Judge Fleischer tomorrow. Okay. When you know for sure, because I'm not gonna send him a text and say you may be there. But when you know for sure, let me know, and I'll text him. But message me in the morning. You got to message me before his docket because he's not going to check his phone mid docket. But if you're there at the end of his docket, anyways, just let me know. But Mayor, thank you. Okay. Also, I have the video. I have the video of Judge King and the student, and I was in the middle of editing because they're all minors, right? So you got to blur it out, but you want to keep in certain parts because it's. I personally found it. This is. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I might get hate for my opinion on it because I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was a good way to show, discipline in a courtroom. And like I said, she wasn't acting scared. She wasn't crying. She was talking back. If she was acting scared, he probably would have stopped it instantly. But she was giving him attitude. All right. Anyways, enough of that. We're moving on. Next clip.
We're on the record in Brink versus Hildebrandt. This is case number 11-14050. The record should reflect that both parties on this file are connected by Zoom. Ms. Kraus, can you tell me where this file is at this morning?
Yes, the plaintiff has a support obligation of $197 and a balance of $8,512.16. The last payment was received in February in the amount of $206.47 from a prior income withholding. There's been no contact from the plaintiff.
Yeah, she said that when she got home after, but while she was, in the court, she was talking back and she had attitude. There was no terror in her. She even at one point said, "I don't care." Come on. She wasn't terrorized, but it's funny once you get home and realize that, oh, we might be able to make a story out of this. All of a sudden she was terrorized and scared. Yeah, I don't believe that. I got to be careful what I say about her because she is a minor. Yeah, she is a minor. So I'm not gonna be too rough. It's just the story is blown out of proportion, and even when you watch the news clips, they're only showing Judge King like him talking and him being in his stern voice. They're not showing what the student was saying. All right, now I'm done with that. We're gonna move on and we're gonna play this clip.
And the friend of the court does not currently have a confirmed address since March of 2024.
That's not true. I have submitted my address.
Okay, when did you do that, Ms. Brink?
Just 2 weeks ago, probably. And the reason I haven't paid is because I can't get a job. Nowhere seems to be hiring in town, and everything that is hiring is Petoskey, Traverse area, and that's too far of a commute.
Okay, so how do you plan on meeting your support obligation?
I am getting in the middle of getting disability.
Okay, when are you going to know about that?
August 14th, I believe, is my next hearing date for that.
Okay, what's going to happen on August 14th?
They have to do an interview.
You what?
They have to do an interview. I'm not sure AT is going to be here to help through it.
You're breaking up. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
From when?
What is going to happen at the August 14th date with your disability?
ACT will be here to walk me through it. I don't know, other than it's an interview.
Okay, when do you think you're going to have a decision about whether you're going to qualify for benefits or not?
Hopefully after that day.
Okay, Ms. Kraus, what's the friend of the court's recommendation for today?
Based on the information that she's indicated that she's applying for disability, we do have some medical documentation forms that we could mail out to her and request that she submit and possibly adjourn out 60 days.
Okay, and what about the address issue? Do we have an address for?
I do.
Right here.
Go ahead, Ms. Kraus.
I don't have an address. If she submitted it, we don't have one. the previous address has been marked bad by the post office.
That's not true. My address has not changed in over a year.
Okay,
So-
well, I'm pretty sure.
A post office issue, that's not my fault.
Ms. Kraus isn't lying about it, so you need to make sure that you update your address with the friend of the court.
Well, my
And
address hasn't changed. It's still 1336 Groveland Avenue, Gaylord, Michigan, 49735. That's where I receive my mail also.
all right, Ms. Kraus, is that the address that the mail's coming back from?
Yes.
Well, I check my mail every single day. Don't know what to tell you. It's no longer my fault, though, or my problem.
All right, well, if that's the address you want us to send stuff to, that's where we're gonna send it. If you don't get it, then it will be your problem. So you're gonna have to figure out that part of it.
Mail. I check the mail every day.
Good. Okay.
So there's no possibility that it's stacked up in the mailbox somewhere. Unlike how the Hildebrands check their mail.
Okay, good. Well, we didn't have any problems then, so that's good. So we'll send the information to that address. I'm gonna give you 30 days to fill out that information for friend of the court and return that. We're gonna set this for another hearing in 30 days. If you fail to do that within that period of time, then the court's gonna proceed with contempt proceedings, which could include incarceration. And Ms. Kraus, would this be a first finding of contempt or a second or subsequent?
I believe it would be first finding.
Okay, so you may be subject to up to 45 days in jail, Ms. Brink, if you don't fill out those papers and return those to friend of the court in the next 30 days, okay?
Talking about. I don't know of any papers. I check my mail every day. The last paper that I had to get today. I don't
We're gonna send
in court.
We're going to send them to you at the address you gave us. You'll have 30 days to fill those out and return them to the friend of the court. If you don't, we're going to proceed with contempt and you may be subject to 45 days.
Get that.
I don't know. That's your problem, not ours. You gave us the address. We're going to send it to that address. You're not getting your.
2 weeks, then I will call the court and have them resend it.
Okay. It's going to be your obligation to make sure that you get that taken care of, okay?
And what kind of stuff is it that I'm supposed to be filling out?
It's going to be forms related to your application for disability benefits.
How does my disability have any effect on my child support?
Well, you just told me that you plan to meet your child support obligation by receiving disability benefits and using that to pay for it. So that's how it relates.
Okay, and what happens if they deny me again for a disability, which they've already done 4 times? The likelihood of them not.
You're gonna have to find another way to pay for your child support obligation.
Oh, there is no other way. I've tried all the ways. This was my last option.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to find a
I
way.
don't tell you either, sir. I hope you have a great day.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Kraus, if you can set that hearing for 30 days, please.
Will do.
Mr. Hildebrand, did you have any questions at all?
I don't have any questions, but I also don't understand how she's not paying her child support when she's been to the bars multiple times and she can figure out the gas to get, dang near to Elmira to my parents' house where she's not welcomed a few times this month. And it's just, I just can't fathom how she's doing what she's doing. And that's about it.
Okay, I understand. And like I've indicated, if she fails to either pay support or comply with filling out these forms, then again, the court's going to look at imposing jail time.
Yes, sir.
Go from there. Okay. All right. Thank you. You're free to disconnect at this time.
All right, yeah, that lady was awful. She had a lot of attitude. Yeah, and the judge kind of like let her go. It's like I don't know. Anyways, Lauren, thank you so much for the super chat. And the video is not still up. It is not. I know this because when I was grabbing the clip, I got 90% of it. I did not get the end. That's how I know. I was literally right at the point where, so the Judge King gave her, like, there was an attorney talking to the class. And so after the case, the attorney kind of was talking, and they brought out the student that was held in contempt, and the attorney, well, Judge King said, "Hey, this is a really good attorney. Do you mind giving her some advice on how to correctly apologize to get herself out of contempt?" So the attorney's like, "Yeah, I'll talk to her for a few minutes." And that's where I lost. That's where it cut off. That's when the video was removed. And apparently, all that happened after that was Judge King came down and asked the class, raise their hands. Should I accept her apology and let her leave? And that was the end of it. But yeah, I missed it. I don't have the end, but I do have 90% of the video though. Anyways, all right, let's keep going. Oh, he brought it back up. Okay. All right. Yeah, because it was removed when I was grabbing it. So I'll go back and check to see if it came up. I'm not going to play it because it clearly makes him look bad, but I want to have it in case, something comes up. Skiz Rock. What's up, buddy? What's up? Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I hope you're well, man. I hope you're well. It's good to see you. I always smile when I see your name. And it's involuntary. I can't help it. Even if I was having a really crappy day, I would see your name pop up and I'd be like, "Yep, nope, not crappy anymore." That's the power you have over me. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Skids Rock, you're awesome.
24-11661 DO. For the record, you are Anna Reynolds, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And welcome, you are Matthew Reynolds, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, welcome. So I had this set today for what we call a pro-con hearing. A pro-con is basically a Latin term for an agreement. If you had an agreement regarding the divorce case, we can put it on the record. But Ms. Reynolds, when you were in previously, I didn't get a lot of detail, but I think you basically told me you still needed to get some things done. Is that right?
Yeah, I do. The storage unit, I have to go and get that paper still. I didn't get a chance to.
So the paper meaning the judgment of divorce?
I'm not sure which one it was. It was so I can get my stuff out of storage. I'm not sure which one.
Oh, so you can get things out of storage, okay.
Yeah.
But do you think generally, Mr. Reynolds, with a little bit more time, you're going to be able to reach an agreement with Mr. Reynolds?
Are you talking to me?
Willow, you're not Mr. Reynolds, are you? Because they're in the process of getting divorced, so she may be your ex. I know you said it's not, but can we trust you? I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to be able to reach an agreement on all specific terms with Mr. Reynolds?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he'll let me get my stuff out of storage. He changed a lot.
Okay. This is why I bring these cases up. A pro-con generally suggests to me, and it was probably set by me based on a belief that I had at the time of a pretrial, that you were going to be able to have an agreement reached. That might have been a presumption by me that wasn't accurate. Do you think you're going to need court assistance to get whatever in place that you need to get in place, Ms. Reynolds?
So what do they help you with? I'm not sure.
Well, one of the things that I could do is I could refer the case. If there's a disagreement, for example, let's use an example that sometimes comes up in divorces. You want the GMC Sierra and Mr. Reynolds wants it. You can't agree on who gets it. One of the things I could do is I could have a mediator assist you to see if you could come up with an agreement in the middle. Perhaps you sell the GMC and you keep 60%, or he keeps 60%, or each of you keeps 50%. I don't know what the issues are, though. I only am using that as an example. So one way that the court could assist is I could send the case to mediation to see if the two of you could come to an agreement with the help of a mediator. If that didn't work and you couldn't reach an agreement through mediation, ultimately I could set the case for a bench trial. A bench trial would be where each one of you provides testimony. You tell me what it is that you want, why you want it, and why you think the law favors me awarding it to you. Then I'd have to hear from each of you, make determinations about who I believe, and then ultimately make a decision. But the first thing I need to know is what's at issue. So from your standpoint, Ms. Reynolds, what do you need to get, or what do you need to have resolved?
There's a lot of stuff that I do have in storage. I'm not sure what's even in there anymore. I don't know if Matt has said in the past that he sold my stuff or gave it away or whatever have you. I can't get in it to see what's in there. I don't even have the key for the lock. He changed that lock. And he doesn't want me up in there anyway.
Mr. Reynolds, did you wish to respond?
Yeah, all of her stuff's still in there. We agreed on this last month, I think it was, when we had this hearing, that she's allowed to have all of her stuff. She can come get it at any time.
How do you propose to work that?
I told her. I just I had to work around my work schedule when I'm off, so I can go up there and unlock it for her so she can get her stuff out.
So do you have?
I've asked you a million times to get my stuff, and you won't let me. Every time I said that I'm not working and I can get my stuff, you never let me get it, Matt.
Mr. Reynolds, excuse me. What I'm not going to do is allow a court hearing. That's what we're in right now. Allow a court hearing to devolve into a yelling match. That's not going to be the case today. It's not going to be the case ever. That's not how court hearings work. What I was attempting to do was one by one. If that doesn't work, we're going to conclude the hearing today. But I'm not going to sit here and listen to parties argue or yell at each other. What I'm going to try to do is talk individually to one party and then hear a response from the other party. If that is making any effort or any headway on getting to where it sounds like each of you are in agreement where you need to go, then perfect. But if it's
just wait until the entitlement comes out. The entitlement's about to come out. This one isn't long, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen right when I hit play. Tupac, good to see you, bud. Good to see you. And Jedi already nailed it. Every time I see your name, I always think, new phone, who dis? Because that's how you say hi. I'm a bird with a long beak. We love to smile if you have blueberries on hand. All right. Well, you know what? I don't have any blueberries right now, but I'll grab some tomorrow night for you. How about that? Also, Jedi. Thank you so much for the extremely generous Venmo. That was awesome. I didn't see if there was a message, Jedi. 2 a.m. Sith. Yes. For everyone that doesn't know, Jedi is actually a Sith, and her name is 2 a.m. Sith. Instead of, her name is I am Jedi, but everyone calls her 1 a.m. Jedi. So, yeah, her alter ego or her secret identity is 2 a.m. Sith. Anyways, Jedi, that is awesome. Thank you so much. And also Tupac, thank you. Okay, let's keep going.
It's not helpful. We're not going to have a further hearing. I'm just going to simply order you to mediation. If you can't resolve the case, I'll have a bench trial and I'll ultimately resolve the case. The difficulty for the parties is that ordinarily the courts don't know enough about the case. You both do. So if you can resolve it on your own terms, that's probably going to be beneficial. So Mr. Reynolds, I'm going to start with you. What day are you proposing that you can meet Ms. Reynolds at the storage unit with the key to allow her to get her items? What day?
I can be there. I'm off. I don't work tomorrow. She can come and get her stuff tomorrow.
Ms. Reynolds, does tomorrow work?
Nope, I work.
When are you proposing, Ms. Reynolds?
I don't believe that he'll give it to me. I've tried so many times to get it from him.
I asked you what day you're proposing.
And what do you mean by that?
A day of the week and or month that you're proposing that you could go to the storage unit, that I could order that Mr. Reynolds go there, and that you could pick up the items that you're telling me you're entitled to, that he says are there.
Well, I don't believe that they're all there.
All right, so it sounds like you don't want court assistance and you want to just simply indicate that you're not going to get what you think you're going to, and you have no desire to actually try to achieve getting those things that Mr. Reynolds says is there and that he's going to let you take. Am I hearing that right?
I do want to get my stuff. I would like court assistance, and I want someone to help me.
Ms. Reynolds, I'm offering you court assistance right here and right now. But when I offer it, you're not accommodating it. So again, what date are you suggesting that I should order that you and Mr. Reynolds meet at the storage unit so he can unlock it and you can gather your things? What day?
I don't know a day yet. I have to look at my schedule.
All right. The court's going to set a status conference in about 30 days. That's the only thing I can do in this particular matter. The only thing the court can do, generally speaking, is resolve ongoing disputes. But the court is limited in that regard. I can't solve a dispute that I'm not aware of. The way that the court becomes aware of disputes is when a party submits those disputes to the court in writing with sufficient details so that I can issue an intelligent ruling. That's called a motion. A motion is a request in writing by one party or the other for the court to do a specific thing. The motion has to cite case law that supports the relief, and it has to tell me what you're asking for and why you're asking for it. If a motion is filed and it gives me an intelligent basis to make a ruling, I'll hear from each of the parties and then perhaps I can issue an order. Until that's requested, I don't have information that I can make any ruling on. Mr. Reynolds, I appreciate that what you're telling me is you're willing to open up the storage unit so that Ms. Reynolds can get her information. You've said that on the open court record now, and I hope you will do that. If you don't do that, then I have to look at other orders to accommodate whatever it is that she's going to ask for or that you're going to ask for. Do you have any questions at this point, Mr. Reynolds?
No, I don't.
Do you have any questions at this point, Ms. Reynolds?
No, I don't.
I'll set that status conference follow-up for about 30 days. I'm going to anticipate and direct each of the parties to communicate with each other. If you can't, then I'm going to have to issue an order again once I'm provided intelligent information that I can operate on. Until that information is provided, I can't and won't do anything. And I hope the parties have understood what I've said in that regard. Right now, I'm going to set a status conference in about 30 days and hope the matter resolves on its own. If it doesn't, I'll be ready to hopefully act in a way that helps both of the parties in the future. Thank you both.
Yep. I told you the entitlement came out. No, I do want help. Yeah, that's exactly what she wants. Vince nailed it. She wants that. I don't know. I guess there's her ex-husband now. To move all her stuff for her. Like, that's not the way it works. And how is she just gonna say, I don't think all my stuff's there, and then just expect that to work? Like, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. John, good to see you, buddy. Thank you so much for the 10-pound super chat. Thank you so much. She is 70% plastic, 100% fake. I agree. I don't know about the plastic part, but definitely the fake part. Sparkle Poots, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships, and welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you so much, Sparkle and John. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. All right, next clip. I think we have 2 left. 2 more to go.
Okay. Give us a moment, please. And I'm sorry, what did you say your last name was?
My last name is Briggins. It's B as in boy, Riggins.
You. Okay. To the device labeled UJMM, you appear to be driving, so you need to pull over. Okay, so you're going back in the waiting room until you pull over, and what's your name?
How are you, Jim?
Okay, you're going in the waiting room until you pull over.
That made me laugh. That made me laugh. All right. Thank you so much, Tupac, for the generous super chat. Thank you. And yes, I'll show you. You know, I'm applying for jobs right now, so I could lie on my resume, right? And then pretend I'm a breakdancer. Was that man? It might have been. I don't remember which country it was that I saw the meme of. All right. We're fast forwarding the video just a few minutes. He did park, but listen to what he says. So he was already driving in court, but listen. Really listen. I need you to pay attention.
Now calling case number 22W006166R. This is the Township of Ypsilanti versus Eugene Boudreaux. Please state your name for the record.
Eugene Boudreaux.
Okay, thank you very much. So today is the date and time set for a show cause hearing in this matter. negative balance.
That's a good idea. All my references, Judge Fleischer, no, the Honorable Judge David Fleischer, the Honorable Judge Joseph Slavin, the Honorable Judge Kenneth King. I mean, who's going to say no to me? I'll just do that. There we go. Great idea.
$306. Okay. So it sounds like you still have a balance of $306. How much time do you need to have that paid off?
Last time we spoke, you asked me the same question, and I told you basically I have some things to work on. And so, and now we're basically back at the same thing. And this is like the second time or the third time I think that we've been back at the same question. And so, what other options do I have to get it paid off? I know I'm digging into another chapter. I just turn myself in. What? Because this is this is going on 2 years. Hasn't got resolved. And so it's not messing with anything that I have going on. I haven't really set myself up to be able to even though I tried, because you told me to try to make some good citizenship and try to lease, you know what I mean? But I haven't been able to set myself up to handle those tasks as far as my tickets. And I'm obviously still, you know what I mean? I'm obviously still driving. I was supposed to be in the car waiting for you on court, but that just tell you where things is at. I'm trying to pull shit together,
Okay.
shit, mom.
Okay.
Okay.
So you are on the record. You are okay. So
say it again, please.
Okay. So first, I'm going to ask you not to swear while you're on YouTube, Zoom court, or in regular court for that matter. Your next hearing is going to be September 4th.
Answer, sir, please. Every time you open your pie hole, you get it worse trouble. So stay the course, will you?
And that will be before Judge Washington at 10 a.m. over Zoom. So you've got your next court date. If you don't have any questions for the court, you are free to sign out. And you are muted, so if you are trying to ask a question, you need to unmute first.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
So basically, Judge Washington will basically be checking with me in September for the same thing that you're checking with me, right?
Well, that's one way to look at it, yes. She will be able to give you more options of what you can do.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I was about to say, what about community service? Or cleaning up something? I don't know.
Okay. If you are going to ask for community service, then you can go to the 14B District Court website and fill out a financial statement. And at that point, we can take that into consideration at the next court date.
14B. Okay.
Okay.
That's if I find the time. But yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. You've got your
thank
next. You're free to sign out.
Thank you so much. Have a great one.
Okay. Thank you. You too.
Yeah, that's if I find the time. I cannot wait till he's in front of Judge Washington. I want to see what Magistrate Braley's notes were. Yeah, here's the option. You can go to jail. Yeah, community service is an option, but I don't think the magistrate has the ability to do that. I think the judge has to offer that because you have to fill out the right paperwork and then submit it. And if you're found indigent, then they'll give it to you. But it's like I think you get $10 an hour. So, I mean, if he owes $200, I don't know what it was, but yeah, it's a lot of hours. But I mean, he can do it. All right. I think we actually still have two more because we're going to do a short Judge Simpson clip, and then we got one more after that. Because I had to have Judge Simpson on since he's on vacation.
Donald.
Andrew Chilton.
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Clinton. Mr. Donald?
Yeah. All right. State your name, sir. Clinton Lamar Donald. All right. What are we doing on this?
We are requesting some additional time to talk about this case. I was unable to meet with Mr. Donald prior to today's court date.
Did you see his violation report?
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking that the court give Mr. Donald some additional time. Our plan is to not only that he would not be positive in the future, but to also refer him to our social
Well,
work
I guess,
department in
yeah,
order
but
to-
I got a problem because I mean, I get the opiates, but cocaine is showing up in his possession, in his.
That is correct, Your Honor. He does acknowledge that he has been a longtime user. He is indicating that he is working hard for it to not be in his system. He is asking to be given just one more chance. And I would also like the chance to hook him up with our social work department so that we can really support him in his sobriety and what he's working to do. I do not believe
Out 2 weeks, but Ms. Gaines, he's the 29th and he tests positive for cocaine twice. After on the 29th being warned, and then he came back and he tested positive.
That is correct, Your Honor. He is stating that he, again, has a lot in his system. It's been a long.
So hold on a second. His story is that he's got that much cocaine in his system that he's testing positive week to week and didn't use. Is that really what he wants to say to me?
What was that?
Yes, I did not use.
However, it's not a long-term problem and is very receptive to our referring him to our social work department for some treatment. He is.
So what were you asking that I do on this case? I'm going to take care of the other part.
In terms of the, I was asking for an adjournment so we could have some additional time to talk.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned August 22nd, 2024, 9 a.m. Defendant test positive. His bond at this point is revoked and we'll deal with it on the 22nd. Defendant's remanded.
Yeah, that guy's apparently Tony Montana. Yeah. All right, but yeah, okay. We're moving to the last one. Again, we just have all these short ones. I think this last one's like 5 or 6 minutes. We are going to rate Jen Hardy tonight at the Jen Hardy show. She has a special guest on. I don't want to spoil it for you, so we're going to go check it out. I'm going to rate her after this. You guys are awesome. You guys have been very generous tonight with your super chats, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I will pause it kind of towards the end of the video and say goodbye, but I just wanted to tell you guys you're awesome. So, okay, last clip. And I don't remember what this one is. No idea.
Mr. Yafafi?
Okay. All right. We're gonna end on a lighter note. We're gonna end on a lighter note. We've seen some angry people tonight. So we can laugh with Judge this is Judge Taylor. All right, let's go.
Yes, that's me, ma'am.
Okay. Now calling the matter of the people versus Yaza Ya. It's Yafafi? Because they wrote it wrong on the phone, right?
That's okay.
Okay, ticket number. Okay, ticket number SP 1583424. Count 1. City Park's closed, so in the park after dark. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Harry Boffin for the defendant. Sir, state your name.
Yasser Yafi.
Your Honor, the defendant is willing to waive his rights to any future hearings as well as those rights to go with those hearings. He's going to plead guilty here. The recommendation is for a delayed sentence. I've explained that to him. He's ready to give a factual basis.
All right. If that's the case, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. Did you have a chance to talk to Attorney Boffman about your case and about your rights?
Yeah.
Did
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
anyone, yes, yes, did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for a plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty of your own choice?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Can you put the phone up just a little bit? It's kind of in a weird position
Oh,
where I
I'm
got part of
sorry.
your face.
Mhm.
And do you understand that by taking these guilty pleas, you're going to give up the rights that you had to have a bench or a jury trial in these matters?
Yes, ma'am.
Understanding all of this, did you still want to move forward?
Yes.
All right, I want to take your attention back to the date of June 17th, 2024. Were you at Eliza Howe Park in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And did you remain in that park after it had closed?
Oh, well, yeah, I was only trying to connect it was only like 12 minutes after I was trying to connect my phone to
10
my
minutes.
radio
Yeah.
so I could play music, but I didn't realize what time it was. So I was on my way out before I got caught. It was only like 12 minutes before.
Yeah, I know. In
All
the
right.
park after dark. I didn't know it was anything until I was in college. And some people
Oh,
want to
okay.
go play in the park. And I said, why is this so interesting to everybody that we're going to run through a park in the middle of the night? And they were like, because the park's closed at night, Marlene. I said, oh, okay. So I had to learn that lesson as well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Satisfied.
Satisfied, counsel?
I am, thank you.
I did. I was up in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Thank God. Nobody got me. All right, the court is satisfied as well and will enter a plea to city parks closed after dark. This is on a delayed sentence, correct, counsel? 90 day.
Yeah, I haven't been working. I got sick with Corona and I got problems with my back and I haven't been working in a while. So I was wondering if you guys could even like let me make payments maybe. I don't know. How much is the fee?
I didn't even give a fee yet, sir. You
Oh,
just started
okay.
talking. You got to,
Oh,
you
I'm
got to
sorry.
learn to quiet in your mouth a little bit. You know, you just keep running it. I got all these people on here and stuff like that. I do see the time, and the park had just closed.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. No new tickets for the next 3 months, and I'll dismiss this. Let me make sure I can do this. Let me ask my clerk. Hold on.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Right. There's about 30 seconds of her asking her clerk. So I'm going to spend this time to say goodbye. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Jedi for the very generous Venmo. I appreciate it. Everyone else for the super chats, their gifted memberships, their membership milestones. Thank you all. We are rating Jen Hardy. I hope to see you guys over there. Jump over there. Tell her I sent you. She's got a very interesting guest who has a very interesting story tonight. And again, I don't want to spoil it for you. But I will tell you he's a former police officer and a former military. And he's now a defendant. That's what I'll say. And I'll keep it at that. So go check it out. All right. You guys are awesome. Until next time. Bye.
All right. All right. I'm aware your cost and fines. You just you can't have any tickets like this for the next 90 days. Okay.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay. It's only because they put the time on here and I see the time, but you can't. Parks, everyone on here, parks are closed from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. daily. 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. daily.
All right. Thank you.
All right. The date of return is on November 11th, 2024 at 8:45 a.m. to review and make sure you don't have any new tickets. Okay.
Will they send me information on that?
Oh
so I don't
gosh, you
forget.
ain't got nothing else to do. You not working, your back hurting, your feet too tight. If you don't put this into your phone so that you can have that information. My goodness, friends.
Thank you. I
Put
appreciate
it
all your
down.
help.
What else you doing?
Your Honor,
November 11th.
Your Honor,
November 11th.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
I believe November 11th is.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Did I see what happened today? I mean, if you're talking about Judge King, but we've already discussed that. I don't know what else it could be.
Is Veterans Day.
Oh, is it Veterans Day? You
It's
might
my
be
sister's
right.
birthday, and every year November 11th is Veterans Day.
Yeah, and the 24th is my birthday.
November 12th. That good
Thank you.
catch, Attorney Boffman.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm like, all right. Okay. So November the 12th. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. Bye now.
All right.